Hello everyone and welcome back to another Facebook Live here at Hobbycraft HQ. It is Christmas. We have officially launched in-store and online. As you may have seen a couple of days ago, we showed you our brand new Christmas range for 2019. We hope you enjoyed. And today we are joined by sewing expert Debbie Shaw once again. Hello Debbie.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us again. And we are very festive, as you can see here. We're going to be, well, Debbie's going to be demoing some of her new fabrics, aren't you?
I'm so excited about these fabrics.
Yes, so are we, and we think you're going to love them. But before we get started with the demonstration, we're going to tease a little video that is going to be coming out later this week, so actually this weekend on our Facebook page, where Debbie goes into a little bit more detail about these fabrics and the possibilities with them. So please enjoy. We're going to play it now.
Deck the Halls is my latest range of fabric. There are 10 prints in the range and it's quite traditional with reds and greens and baubles, poinsettias and Christmas robins, but there's some nice kind of grey and taupe colours as well, so you can create some very modern looking items for your home. I hope you enjoy working with it as much as I have.
Okay, so there we have it. That is just a short teaser of what is to come. Stay tuned for that full video to drop on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page later this week. So Debbie, hi.
Hello again.
Hello again. Tell everyone a little bit about these fabrics. Again, what inspired you to design them, and the kind of possibilities that you think our customers can create with them.
Well, I wanted to design a really traditional Christmas fabric, so the reds and the greens, but these have got a little bit of a twist to them as well because there's some very modern colours in there, like the greys. They're all my sketches of things around my home, basically, Christmas time. So we've got the baubles. These are in fact quarter packs, so there's 10 fabrics in total, 5 in each. And the green holly. I've actually got a holly tree. In fact, there are 3 holly trees in my garden that are all twisted around together.
Oh, wow.
My son chopped them down because he was a tree surgeon. Well, he wasn't just vandalising the garden, just chopped those trees down. They were huge. And carved them into toadstools. But there's still holly sprouts that come up and kind of wrap around the toadstools.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
So quite pretty. We've got little robins. Robins are always festive, aren't they? I know that robins aren't just for Christmas, but they seem to come out over the winter time with musical notes, and that's Deck the Halls. The picture frames with the robins and the baubles and everything are actually based on picture frames from around my home.
Oh, cool.
We don't have pictures of baubles on the walls. They're portraits and things. My husband likes to collect some artwork. And then we've got robins on the sprig. So that's the first set. And then the second one, maybe a little bit more unusual, a little bit more contemporary. So again, you've got your classic robins there. I love these chunky little characters. But this time the holly's in the grey.
Yeah.
Which gives it that kind of modern edge.
Absolutely.
And then we've got robins in wreaths, in 2 colours in that one actually. So there's the grey and you've got the beige. And then this is a nice background fabric or a blender type of fabrics. It's quite plain and it just says, "'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la," etc.
Yes.
So the words to the song there. They're 100% cotton. They're really lovely quality of fabrics as well. And the thing I like about that, it means that they're not just for craft items. So although we're going to be making a Christmas stocking in a second, you can be dressmaking with them, you can quilt with them, you can make bags with them, and your bunting and table runners, and maybe just put an edging around a tablecloth or napkins. So you can add a little bit of Christmas to Christmas this year, or you can go full on and decorate the whole house.
Yes, absolutely. So much inspiration here, as you can see, all around us. And also, if you head into store or online, of course, you can shop these fat quarters and get creative. And don't forget to share your makes with us, because we love seeing what you get up to, and tag Debbie in your posts, of course, across social. So we are live. So do let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you have any questions for Debbie, what you're loving, which fabrics that you're loving the most, because we want to hear from you. But until then, let's get started with the demo, I think.
Okay, so we're going to make a Christmas stocking from scratch. And it's going to be a posh one because it's going to be lined. It's going to have a cuff around the top as well. Nice. So first of all, I've taken the 2 fabrics that are going to go on the outside and the holly in the grey, which is going to go in the lining. So put those all face down. right sides together, and then we'll need to have a template to make the shape of a stocking. So the best thing to do is to take a sock.
I did not expect to see that.
But that gives you the basic shape.
Okay, yeah.
So you can make a stocking which is close to the size of the sock. The bigger the sock, the more presents you're going to get in it. Or you could just exaggerate that and make it wider and make it longer. But it's that basic shape that a lot of people are going to find difficult without a pattern. So I'm sure you've got a drawer full of patterns at home. And in fact, if you've got young children with little socks, why not make them into advent calendars or little stocking
garland.
bunting?
Yeah, that'd be great.
So let's just draw around the edge here. And the nice thing about this type of stocking or sock, it doesn't have to fit. So it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. You're not going to be wearing this. If you do decide to wear it, you're going to need to make two. So let's just cut through all 4 layers. So I'm cutting the lining out at the same time as the outside of the fabric. I love that noise.
Very satisfying.
And down here. You'll be a little bit more frugal with your fabric when you get yours home, I'm sure. And you probably won't be using this fabric on the lining because you don't really see it. So you might think it's a bit of a waste. But stockings come out every year though. This isn't something, yes, it's going to go away after Christmas. It'll be back out next Christmas.
Absolutely, and that's what we want to encourage our customers and our viewers to really get involved in this Christmas. It's all about making things that you can bring out. Personalisation as well is massive for us, so there's plenty of ways that you can add finishing touches as well, can't you, to make them very personal.
Yes. Well, if you've got a reasonably plain fabric for the outside, you could put an initial on there. If you've got one of your the cutting machines like your Cricut, you can maybe cut out initials and put names on there as well. So there's endless of things that you can do with it.
Absolutely. And
ribbons and bows. We could just go to town. So I did say we're going to have a cuff around the top of this.
Yeah.
So I've cut a strip of the red fabric, which is it's 6 inches deep. This one. I'm going to take off the selvage because we don't use that. Although save these because you can make scrappy wreaths out of them. Okay. And I haven't measured this beforehand because I didn't know how big my stocking was going to be till I started making it. So I'll need the cuff to wrap all the way around the top, but I'm leaving a 1/4 inch seam allowance, so it needs to be that wide. See how accurate you have to be with this. So there's the fold which will go at the front, and I'll need to overlap by a 1/4 inch on both sides, so that's 1/2 inch in total, which is about there. So no rule is needed. And again, it doesn't really matter if it's not absolutely perfect. So let's just chop this off. Actually, fabric gift tags would be nice as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah, there's so many different ways that you can use up your scraps. Definitely check out. We've got lots of ideas over on the blog as well of ways of using leftover fabric, and we've got our Christmas ideas page, which is definitely one to visit for lots of Christmassy makes and inspiration there as well.
Right, so the outside of the stocking is going to be sewn right sides together, and again I'm using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Although it's not exactly a 1/4 inch, I tend to use the edge of my foot on the sewing machine, the presser foot, as a gauge, which is normally a little bit more than 1/4 inch, and we'll sew all the way around. So just using a straight stitch, you don't need anything special to make something like this. It's a nice project to get kids involved in as well. And you know, what better time of year to encourage your children to start crafting in Christmas time. Quick makes always go down well because kids tend to be a little bit impatient.
Yeah.
And things again that they can personalise. So this could be their very own Christmas stocking, or it could be a Christmas stocking that they're making for Grandma or Granddad. Maybe even with a present inside, it would be good. And that's something, it doesn't matter how well it's actually made, that's certainly something that's going to come out year after year, isn't it?
Definitely.
Things that the kids have made. Okay, so that's that. What I'll need to do is snip into the curve of this one. So I'm not trimming all the way around, just on the concave curves. and that's going to help the seam to sit a little flatter. So just snip in here. Careful not through the seam, but right up to it. And then we'll turn it the right side out. So that's kind of going to be the shape and the size of my stocking. So I need to do the same with the lining, but this time I'll leave a gap in the side of the lining, in the straight bit, so I can turn it inside out.
Cool.
So when do you start Christmas at home?
I should have started a long time ago. I'm very
Last
much
Christmas.
Yeah, I know, because I saw in your video as well. You said July is probably a good time to start sewing, isn't it? For your Christmas makes. Probably should have started that already. But no, I think here at Hobbycraft we're talking about Christmas all year round, pretty much. So we definitely I start collecting lots of inspiration earlier on in the year and start pinning things to my Pinterest board, finding lots of inspiration on social and also from our customers. We love seeing what you guys are up to. So the actual, putting it all into practice, I need to get started with that ASAP. But yes, there's lots of kind of easier makes and more beginner friendly makes as well if you want to wrap something up quite quickly towards the end. Lots of stuff going on our Christmas ideas page, so check that out. It's a brand new page. We've got videos coming up, lots of how-tos and inspiration there for you as well. Thank you all for your comments because we've had quite a few coming in, so I'm going to read some of them out. So hello to Gail.
Hi Gail.
Hi to Nicola and Janice. Debbie says, hi, hopefully calling in at Bournemouth on Saturday to see you. Yes, that's right. So Debbie Shaw is going to be visiting 3 of our stores, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Really soon. So the dates that you need to know. So the 21st of September, Debbie will be at Bournemouth. Then Havant on the 29th and Southampton on the 6th of October. So mark those in your diary. What are you going to be doing there, Debbie, at the store demo?
More Christmas decorations.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a great time to get inspired and see the fabrics, face to face and see them in action, really. So yeah, Debbie, hope you're excited to see lots of our customers there because they are.
I love meeting you. I really do. Yeah. That's why we've just been at Hampton Court at the Handmade Festival, met lots of you there. Yeah. So I'm trying to get all over the country. It's a bit slow. Yeah. But certainly the south of England before Christmas is a real treat.
Absolutely.
But it's just like when people come over and have ideas or they ask questions or get inspired.
It's great. It's a great space for us as well, like in our stores with our colleagues. They absolutely love this kind of activity going on there. We've got Anne as well who says, hi Debbie, watching from Weymouth in Dorset, hoping to get up to Hobbycraft in Bournemouth on Saturday to see you. So yes, please do pop in if you can. It's absolutely free. You can just come in and meet Debbie and like we said, get inspired. We've had lots more comments as well, so thank you. Hi to Erica watching from the north of Scotland. Wow. She says happy crafting. Christine,
you won't be coming to Bournemouth then.
No. Christine says, I'm going to make my dog Bella a Christmas stocking. How sweet. That is such a big trend as well. Pet gifts and pet stockings, we've seen such an uplift in that this year, so that's a great idea. Be sure to share that with us because we'd love to see it.
Or a little Christmas dog jacket. Or a bandana.
Yes, all of that. Alan says, hi Debbie, how are you doing today?
How are you doing? I'm doing well, thank you. Alan, how are you?
Yeah, thank you for asking. That's what we like to see. So yeah, keep them coming in. And of course, questions as well. So about any of the techniques that you're seeing, about the fabrics themselves, keep them coming in because Debbie would love to answer them for you.
Would. Oh, I've been busy sewing without even telling you what I'm doing. So the cuff that goes around the top, I've sewn that into a tube.
Cool.
And then I'm going to fold it in half with the wrong sides together. So you've got the print on the outside, like so. And what I'm also going to do is just to cut a loop of ribbon so I can hang my stocking up. And then we're going to piece it all together. So the way that it's going to look when it's finished will be the cuff going over the outside. I'll have the writing the right way around on it though. There we go. And I'm going to put the seam at the back so it's not so noticeable. So So that should fit very snugly just around the top of there, which it doesn't, so I'm going to take it in a little bit, it's not a problem. And then I'm going to have my loop of ribbon just hanging on the back. So I just need to take that in a little bit to make it fit. Maybe I should have brought the tape measure after all. I think that this is the beauty of projects like this though. Like I said right at the beginning, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. But it's a good learning curve if you are learning how to sew.
And any tips for beginners as well while we're talking about learning to sew? Because we've had someone, Rachel, hello to Rachel, she's tagging her sister who has just started sewing. So do you have any quick tips for beginner sewers?
Just have a go. And if you're worried about cutting into fabric that you spent a bit of money on, use scrap. So, you know, an old sheet, old clothing.
Yeah.
There's so much in the news at the moment about banks and banks of clothing that's been thrown away. Cut it up, recycle it, make something else out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But don't expect everything to go perfectly. It won't the first time. You'll sew in a wobbly line, but there again it's quite quirky. You'll keep practicing and you'll end up sewing in a straight line. You can't sew wrong because you've always got your quick unpick. You can cut wrong, so just make sure that you're accurate with your cutting and enjoy it. Sewing isn't a chore. It's not something you wake up in the morning and say, oh, I've got to sew today. It's an enjoyable hobby, so you know, have fun with it.
Fantastic, thank you for that. So some more comments as well. Hello to Jane. Hello to Rachel who says she's watching from Cheshire. Hi to Kathy. Hello to my mum who says hello Karishma and Debbie, so creative. Hello to Kathleen. And we've also got a hello from Brazil, from Jacqueline. So
hi Jacqueline.
Thank you for tuning in. We love hearing where you're watching from because it's so interesting.
What time would it be in Brazil?
I know.
Are you in the middle of the night? Have you stayed up specially?
We've got someone from Tasmania.
Oh wow.
This is just going global here. We've got Jane watching from Liverpool, Kathleen from Middlesbrough, and Christine from Rushden in Northamptonshire. So we're dotted around, aren't we? We're seeing
international,
I know,
aren't we?
We really are. So this is great.
But you sell internationally, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Are you a customer in Tasmania, I wonder?
I know. Well, you can find the fat quarters from Debbie on our website at hobbycraft.co.uk. And if you are local, then head on into your local store where you can find them with an array of other festive fat quarters as well. There's lots on offer now. Like I said, we've just dropped our Christmas range, so it's definitely worth heading into your local Hobbycraft and checking the full range out.
Okay, I'm sewing the cuff to the top of the stocking, just to hold it in place before I put the lining on. So that's not a particularly important seam. So we're looking like that, but we've got a raw edge on the top. And then remember, I wanted to put the ribbon on the back. So I'm going to loop that over and just sew it facing downwards over the back seam. Just imagine everybody going through the laundry baskets for the biggest pair of socks they've got now. And then all of this is going to go inside the lining. So the lining is inside out and the outside is the right side out. So the right sides are together. Remember, I left a hole in the back so I can turn it the right side out as well.
Yeah.
And then I'll need to sew all the way around the top again, so make sure that the ribbon's tucked inside. Line up the seams. And sew. So I'm just sewing over the top of the previous stitches, or just inside so you don't see them. Now if you're going to do any kind of a applique or putting names or decorations on, do that before this final stage. Although, if you wanted to add something like, you know, you do paper flowers and silk flowers and things like that, or felt shapes and that kind of thing, you can always glue things like that on afterwards. Because this isn't the kind of stocking that's going to go in the wash.
No, just for embellishment.
Yeah. It would really help if there was thread in the machine. So I've come and done all the way around the top and I've got no thread in there. See, these things happen.
We are live, everyone.
At least it was only around the top, not the whole thing. So let me just rethread this.
Hello to lots more of you in the comments. Hello to Julie, Sarah, who's sewing right now for Halloween.
Oh.
That is exciting. And Damon, who says, "Hi guys, just got back from the Brighton store in time to watch your live feed. Coffee, then crafting. What a great day off." We agree.
Oh.
That sounds perfect. Enjoy.
So that's not a day off for me. That's my life, coffee and crafting. I'm just going to rethread the bottom as well because it's jumped back out. So if you have thread that jumps out of your machine, don't blame the tension, broken thread on there. Simply undo it and start again. And I can see that the thread isn't flowing off that properly, so it's getting caught up and it's pulling it out the needle. And it's done it again. Oh, and I always use lovely quality threads as well. Okay. There we go. See, if you're a new sewer, these things happen to the best of us.
So for those of our viewers who don't know you, aren't familiar with your work, tell everyone a little bit about your background and your experience in the sewing industry.
Well, I've always been able to sew, not as much as I do now, but my mum was a dressmaker. So there was always fabrics to play with and she was very generous. I used to go rummaging through the spare bedroom, as it was. She did actually have her own sewing room, and find fabrics and buttons and things and make teddy bears' clothes. And I had very well dressed toys. Then I went on to making my own clothes, and then kind of got lost a little bit. Got a job, I grew up, kind of forgot about sewing a little bit. And my job has always been in TV. And it was only a few years ago I was working for a shopping channel, and they started selling sewing machines, and I was like, oh, I can sew, I could do that. So I started sewing again, which led on to me writing books. I've got my 21st and 22nd coming out next month.
Wow.
So sewing completely took over my life, quite unexpectedly. This wasn't a career move that was intentional.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And then it led on to fabric design, pattern design. You know, it's one of those things, if somebody had said to me even 10 years ago, this is going to be your career now, I wouldn't have believed it.
That's such a journey, isn't it?
But it's just wonderful. Most of my time is spent at home, and I love working from home. You never stop working when you work from home.
That's the thing.
But it's something that I just enjoy so much, and it means I've got, I work with my husband, I work with my daughter, I have my pets around me, I have a problem with the sewing machine. But we'll fix it while I'm talking, don't worry. No, it's a really nice life, and it's so exciting. Things keep happening that I'm not expecting, like writing books and.
I know.
And, it's just.
There's so much going on, isn't there?
Yeah, and to have my name on the salvages of a piece of fabric, it's so exciting. I never thought that was going to happen. Love it.
That's brilliant. And if you would like to see more of Debbie's work, of course, head on over to her social channels. So you're huge on YouTube, aren't you?
I've got a few followers.
Just a few. So check out Debbie's YouTube channel, and of course Instagram, Facebook, all of the usual. I think we've got the details on the screen now for you. And what can our viewers expect to find on your YouTube channel? Is it tutorials?
I think there's over 180 tutorials on there, and then there's a couple that are Q&As and things like that.
Amazing. So that's a really great place to kind of head on over after you've watched our live stream and just get even more inspired.
The thing I love about YouTube is how international it is. Because again, the comments that come are just from all over the world.
Yeah. And
it's you must find it with yours as well. As soon as you put a video on there, immediately somebody will come back from South Africa, they're in America, they're in Australia, and it's just like you're watching now.
Yeah.
But it's the same with you in Tasmania and Brazil and Liverpool. It's just. Isn't technology amazing?
It's incredible, and it's so great to have such an active crafting community that you can just talk to and be inspired by and share with. I think it's great, and we love it here at Hobbycraft.
So shall I explain what's going to happen? Because I'm having a problem with that.
Yes. Let's explain it.
So all the way around the top. And then we're going to turn this the right side out. How far did it go? A little way.
Mm-hmm.
Like so. So that is sewn all the way around the top. Okay. Turn it all the right side out, and then we're going to sew the opening closed. So you can do that by hand or just do it on the sewing machine. It's only going on the inside, so no one's going to notice.
Mm.
And then you'll push the lining inside the stocking, like so, all the way down. In you go. And then give it a press. And you'll see that around the top, all of the raw edges are going to be trapped on the inside. And you'll have the loop that's going to sit at the back to hang it up.
Mm-hmm.
So all we'd need to do then is to give it a quick press, fill it up with presents,
Yeah.
and then hang it up at the end of the bed.
And then we're good to go. So we've got lots of other makes here as well that are finished. So yeah, let's talk through some of these actually, because we've had a question about from Lynn. Hello. Lynn says, when will you demonstrate the pretty baby dress?
Oh, that's that one over there.
Is it attached? It might be attached. I don't know if we can.
Stuck on.
Shall I just grab it?
Yeah. That's it.
There we go. So here we go. That is beautiful, isn't it? It's lovely.
This is amazing. It really is. This is made by one of my design team, Anne. It's actually got little pants that go with it in the green as well. I won't be demonstrating it. It's a simplicity pattern, which you should have in store as well. I can't remember the number, but if you look at baby girls' dresses in simplicity,
there's lots of options there.
That. But it's actually smocked on the pattern as well. But no, I think that's beautiful. I love the pyjamas as well. These are simplicity again, which you should have in store.
Yeah.
So that's the top half of a pair of pyjamas. But Christmas pyjamas, cute.
They're so cute.
You know,
so cute. They work really well.
Christmas Christmas Eve party, and then just imagine sitting up late at night trying to be a good girl. Oh boy, because Santa's coming, but all nice and cosy and poking the presents underneath the tree to see if you can tell what's in them. I'm there. It's Christmas for me now.
Absolutely, Christmas in September. That's what we like. So yeah, lots of other options. You love making bags, don't you?
Yes. Why not have a Christmas bag? That could be a night out bag over Christmas time. This one's a table runner and triangles for Christmas trees. That's really, really simple. And the thing is, you can make those as long or as short as you like, and then do your matching placemats as well. Or why not just put some bunting just around the edge of your table? Yeah,
I love that. So great. They will work so well together. They just complement each other perfectly. And then we've got the apron.
We got our apron.
Yeah.
This is an actual recipe for a Christmas pudding, which my eldest son used to be a chef, and he came up with the recipe for me. I'll be honest, because I can't elaborate or exaggerate. I was asked to do the apron, and Craft Cotton Company, who I designed these for, said to me, "Do you have an old family recipe?" I said, yes, I do. Of course I have. Haven't got one at all. So I phoned my son up and said, "Can you come up with an old family recipe for a Christmas pudding?" So there you go. So it's not an old family recipe, it's a new family recipe, actually, but it is a family recipe. So and I have actually made it. I did follow the instructions and make it up as well.
Great.
But again, it's all my drawings. It's got a pocket on the front with your instructions there and your recipe, but it comes on a panel.
Yes.
So you have to make it yourself. And it's this. So it's quite big. There you go. And there's everything on there, including your instructions. Now, I know if you were in Preston a few weeks ago, they really took the mickey out of me, because I'm standing there talking to everybody like I will be in Brighton on Saturday, and I cut out the instructions and put it on the front of the apron as a pocket, thinking that's a bit small. I thought I made it bigger than that. Those are just the instructions.
Yeah, the actual instructions.
Don't do anything with those. But the straps and everything are all printed on there.
Great.
So literally cut it out. Just fold the edges over twice to hem it, and you've got an apron.
It's a great little project, isn't it? How long does it take, do you think?
Oh gosh, a couple of hours maximum. Probably less than that if you're an experienced sewer. You could do it in half an hour.
Yeah.
But I love panels like this because there's no pattern, there's no paper patterns, there's no pinning. You're literally cutting it out and hemming it. That's all you need to do.
Great. And this panel is available at Hobbycraft from tomorrow. So this is a nice preview of what's to come. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled because it will be available for you to purchase and then just get stuck into, because it's a great little project, isn't it?
It's a nice gift as well. If you know somebody who sews, then you could buy them just the panel as a Christmas gift. Maybe you could make a Christmas stocking and actually finish it and pop it inside. Or you could actually make the apron and give it to somebody for Christmas.
Yes, so lots of ideas there. A few more comments and questions. Karen, hello, says, can we find the instructions anywhere after, please? I think she was talking about the stocking. Do you think it's something that is something that can kind of just develop as you go along, or are there actual instructions, or is there a pattern?
I don't have instructions, but I'm sure I could write some.
Yep. But it is quite a simple make, isn't it? It's quite freehand, like you saw Debbie just drew it out using a sock as a template. So give it a go, I guess. Val says, hi from County Durham. Have you any plans for demos in our neck of the woods? I'd say stay tuned. I think obviously we've got our Bournemouth, Havant and Southampton demos with Debbie coming very soon. So just stay tuned for more, because we love having Debbie in our stores. Our colleagues love her. So yeah, do stay tuned for that. Hello to Alan, who says, I added a heat pad pocket to add a hand warm inside to keep your feet warm. Please read out. Thank you from Alan in Manchester.
Thank you, Alan.
And Alan also says you can resize the sock slippers pattern to make little Christmas slippers. So yes, thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And lastly, another hello from Australia. So hello to Kay and Shed Pixie, who says hello from Chesterfield.
Now they're 12 hours ahead, aren't they?
I know. I don't know what time it is where you are, but
so have you just got in? You've been out partying.
So yes, we want to say thank you for all of your comments. Keep them coming in. We love hearing from you, of course. Thanks to Debbie for the demonstration. And do stay tuned, of course, because Christmas has launched for Hobbycraft, so we're going to be back with lots more inspiring Facebook Lives, not only for Christmas but for Halloween, for Great British Bake Off. There's so much going on at the moment. It's a really exciting time for crafts. Do head on over to Debbie's channels, like we said before, to find lots more sewing inspiration for the festive season. And don't forget to check out the Fat Quarters in store and online now. So yeah, thank you very much, Debbie, for joining us. It's lovely to have you as always, and we will see you all again very soon. Bye.